Are you struggling with your performance in the bedroom?
You try to whip it out, but it just won't extend.
If that sounds like you, we have the perfect solution.
We have a Patreon. It's just $10 a month.
4 exclusive bonus behind the scenes episodes every single month.
And I know what you're thinking. How can I get my partner in the mood?
What fun tricks can I try in the bedroom?
And sometimes there's only so much SZA that you can listen to when you're getting it on.
What?
See
you there on Patreon.
My curls are back, and that means no more frizz. And I actually had no idea that cotton and satin were causing frizz and sleep creases until I switched to the pillowcase Blissy. It has helped me with that frizz. It's also helped me with healthier skin. And because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/goodpod. That's BLISSY.com/goodpod and use code GOODPOD to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you later. You thought we weren't going to be bringing on a guest again this
thought,
time.
and you hoped. And some of you
hoped.
hoped. This is a stressful episode for me.
I think it is a stressful
It's
episode.
a big one.
I think it's an expose.
It's an expose. We've never done anything like this, actually.
No.
For as long as we've had the podcast, I've been dating Ross.
Yeah.
And here we are bringing him on.
It's so wild. I've always been a little bit jealous.
Of what?
that you've had a boyfriend for the past 3 years. Over 3.
Yeah, going on 4.
We started this podcast and you immediately decided to get into a relationship.
Immediately. It's kind of crazy.
Kind of nice, if you ask me.
Kind of nice. And today it's going to be a conversation. Andrew said he has a lot of questions on gender, masculinity, drag, and Australia. And that's basically sums up Ross. So we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so get ready for this accent, get ready for this cackle, and get ready to learn more about the relationship that you have been willing and trying and edging to know more about.
What?
I can't speak today. It's been a long time coming. So today's a really, really special day. First of all, I do just want to acknowledge we have one of the most prolific drag queens, I would say, in the Brooklyn area.
I would say, God forbid, the world.
In the world. I would say world renowned.
World renowned, yeah.
And also
all hemispheres.
First drag queen to ever come in drag on Good Children. And that is a huge award.
You have beat out Trixie Mattel, Kim G, Plasma.
And that's about it. I think you're our 4th queen.
I think you're our 4th queen.
Please welcome Joe's boyfriend, the renowned lip syncer for their life, Miss Lemon Chiffon.
Hi.
What's up, girl?
You know, just here in... Where are we? Fight-Eye?
Yeah,
we are in the World Trade Center today.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you would be in the World Trade Center and it would be to be on a podcast?
No, the last time I was in the World Trade Center, I was interviewing to be a fashion assistant at GQ, and I had to wait 2 hours to meet the people twice, and then I didn't get the job. But anyway.
Oh,
so
okay.
Trauma.
Well, wait, when did that happen?
2016.
Wow.
Wait, and we're off to the races. We're learning so much about.
Yeah. You're gonna learn a lot today.
I'm gonna go. Is it okay if I go between Lemon? And I'll just stick with Lemon.
You can do what it call me, whatever. Babes.
Okay, because I would go between Lemon and Ross, and it just doesn't feel right. But Lemon is here, obviously from the great land of Australia.
Yes,
but there is a little twang in there. I would say it's a little Scottish twang. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your upbringing?
Do I have
I'm taking this whole episode. I'm like, let's just go right
really
to
sit
it.
back and just watch it.
I love this.
Let's go right
is this
to
my
it.
60 Minutes interview?
Yeah. It is.
I don't think I have a Scottish twang, but okay. So my parents are Scottish. I was born in Australia, and then I moved to New York in 2015.
2015, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
I had a little break at some point, but I had a gap year.
The pandemic
Gap year.
So next year's the 10 years, basically.
Yeah, it was 2 years. So yeah, whenever that is.
Did you celebrate it?
But can you celebrate it if you have had a break? Like it's not 10 years at once. Can you add it together?
I guess if you're thinking about it in the context of a relationship, you wouldn't celebrate a 10 year.
And a lot of people do. A lot of people do. People break up, get back together, and then they just decide, let's just amalgamate all of our assets.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
No, yeah, I'm not into that.
Amalgamate it.
Amalgamate your assets.
Right.
Sometimes you say things like that.
Right. So I don't even know where to begin. I feel like we need to talk about you, obviously Good Children, and how you got to the place that you're at today. Of course, I think that
I forgot this interview would actually be about me.
right.
Yeah, believe it or not.
All about you. And
I know they're begging to
also
know.
they're begging to know the relationship tea. I mean, we're not really gonna get into tea, but like, what is it like to date Joe? And we'll have to get into that as well, right?
Well,
so first
easy
off,
and fun.
you want to ask our favorite question?
Oh yeah. So Lemon, first question for you out of the
Yes.
gate. Were you a good child?
Yes, very much so.
Did you follow the rules?
I think so, yeah.
Did you ever sneak out, party, do
No,
anything
I
crazy?
didn't. I didn't drink until a week before I was 18.
Okay.
Wow.
And the week
drinking age
before
in Oz.
was the drinking age is 18 in Australia, and the week before was my birthday because me and my good friend had she was the first, I was the fourth, so we had to choose weekends. For some reason, I got the weekend before. And
What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Like your birthday party?
So year 12 and whatever you guys call it here.
No, it's going to be more fun for the listeners. As
Yeah,
you
year
say
12. So we all had big 18th birthdays because obviously it's legally we can drink, and weirdly we all had themed birthdays.
Fun.
Like,
What was your theme? What was your
everyone-
theme?
Mine was dance, so you had to come in a dance costume.
Love
and
that.
I had sequin pants, and I made a little vest, and I had a little blonde fro.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's when you started drinking.
yeah, my first Smirnoff Ice.
Where was the party?
At my parents.
Aww.
We had big house parties for our
Yeah.
teens. A lot of people. Did people stay over? I can't remember.
That's what I mean. Like for Joe always had a themed party. That's why I always said you were Australian in your spirit.
That's what it was. That's
It was
what
the
it
themed
is.
parties.
It's the themed parties.
It
Maybe
was,
why we're
yeah.
dating, but yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, that probably would have. You know what? And that is it. All makes sense because you are dating an Australian. I've always said you are Australian. In some ways, now you are Australian by dating.
Yeah, in some ways.
Yeah, by
dating
proxy.
women. By
ABP,
proxy.
up on pawn, Australian by
Correct.
proxy. Yeah.
Let's talk about your little gay self, right? For a
Yes,
second.
okay.
So when did you know? When was the first time you were like, I'm a gay boy? In
In
Australia?
hindsight, I think it was probably when I was 13.
Okay.
Googling certain things.
Sure.
And realizing that's probably what that meant.
Who were you crushing on?
I was crushing on, what's the British show that's the original Euphoria?
Skins.
I didn't really watch it, but the blonde, I think he was actually gay in the show. I remember crushing on him big.
Okay.
A few years later, it was definitely Zac Efron in High School Musical.
Of
course.
I actually don't really remember who else. That's the only ones that
Zac
stick out
Efron
to
was
me.
pivotal for me.
Yeah.
And you do have a lot of similar features.
You are just saying random
I'm
shit.
gonna start. Today, what I want to do is just go
Affirm.
back and forth. Yeah, because I am. Listen, I'm usually with the two of them. I would say I'm sometimes a third wheeler, but I like to stir the pot sometimes.
No, I'm sorry. When I'm with you two, I'm the third wheeler because you two are just doing bits nonstop.
Yeah.
The first time I went to LA with you guys in that tour, it was just
You just had no
people
idea
why
what
do you
was
listen to the
happening.
podcast? I was like, I don't need to listen to the podcast because I get it IRL 24/7.
What is that like for you?
It bothers him. It's so funny.
It's so good.
I love when you and I are doing something so stupid, and I can just tell Ross is just like,
We're doing the whole rendition of Wicked.
yeah.
And he's like, what are you
Joe
doing?
does that alone. So
I do
Yeah,
that
of
constantly.
course.
All parts.
Of
All parts.
course.
Dr. Dillamond.
So pop culturally, would you say
Okay.
you were, because you're Australian, obviously. You're into a Danny Minogue, Kylie Minogue. Is that
yeah, well,
who
okay,
raised you?
I have to go back to Zac Efron because
Please.
I remember, because we all had laptops in high school, and I remember my friend sending me, I think it was High School Musical 2. Which one's the golf course?
Two.
To it had to be 1 megapixel version. It was the shittiest version of a show I've ever seen, and watching it and being obsessed. And we were also a bit I'm older than Joe, so we're really too old to be watching High School. Not too old, but
Amanda was watching it too.
yeah, it definitely wasn't cool. But me and my friends were definitely watching it.
Would you say you were cool?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you like in, now I want to know, because what were you like in school? Were you what were the clubs? You weren't theater, were you?
Yeah.
You were theater.
So Australia has primary and secondary. So we have kindergarten to 6th, which we don't call it kindergarten, we call it prep.
Or kindy, right?
Prep.
Prep. Well, so you got kindergartens before
Don't
school.
you call it kindy?
Kindy, I guess.
Isn't
yeah.
that cute?
That's so sweet. That's a cute
We speak
girl's
in
name.
Kindy.
My little baby Kenzie. That's a dog name for me, Kendi.
Yeah,
Kindy and Bindi.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
So prep to 6th grade, I had only girlfriends. It was me and 7 girls. we didn't really have clubs then. I was like riding horses on the weekend. So I'm a horse girl.
Yeah.
So I grew up riding horses. My parents, like, we like bred horses and grew up riding them. I did my first musical, I think it was in 7th grade, was The Wizard of Oz.
Who were you?
I was in the
Munchkin?
ensemble. I was a Munchkin barrister.
Okay.
I was a Winky. I was an Emerald City. I polished the Tin Man.
Love
that. Someone's got to do it.
Well,
tough work, but it's good work. Right. And you've been polishing Tin Men ever since.
Yeah.
some would say.
That sounds like a sexual act.
Well,
Well, that's
wasn't
what-
that the
that's
whole
what I meant.
innuendo? I thought that's what you were doing.
Wasn't it?
We did do a production of Aladdin.
And who were you then?
I was in the dance ensemble, but I also was one of the princes that tried to marry Aladdin.
That's what it
Aladdin.
was.
Lol.
You wish.
Yeah, I do. Jasmine.
Okay.
But like I was like the dance ensemble, so we were like the Sandstorm.
A lot of musical theater gays growing up tend to like find a different outlet. If it's not musical theater, it could be drag. So when was like drag, you felt inspired by drag?
Well, I don't think anyone would be surprised that I do drag with my like where I ended up. Because like after school, I had a gap year and then I went and studied makeup. So I have like, it's a diploma. I don't know what the version is here. It's like a step below a degree in specialized makeup. And then I ended up doing a design degree. And then I moved to New York in 2015. Me and my friend had a drag party in like 2014, like for our birthdays, because our birthdays were close. And then I did Halloween. So that was my first 2 times in drag. I think I took the first time I was in drag, took 200 selfies. I was
sure.
obsessed.
Yeah.
And
You
he's
still
like,
have those pics?
I think so somewhere.
I've seen some of those busted
Yeah,
pics.
I've got at least one. It's on my Instagram. It's busted. Thanks. I was busted. The makeup was crazy. I had a boohoo sequin dress and some shitty like bang hard front wig. And then moving to New York, I started going to a party called Straight Acting. That was at TNT way before your guys' time, and then it moved to Metro by Reefy Royalty, and I started going out in a dress, and I had a few other friends that would come with me, one of my friends, and then it just snowballed from there. He asked me to host, and then I just started getting stuff and making drag and going out to parties.
Okay.
What advice would you give a baby queen?
Okay.
Like one piece of advice. What's something you would say do not do?
Do not do.
So now we have do not do and what to do. So it's just like
Anything you want.
anything you want to say. You can say it right now.
Well, I think the one thing, I think you have to like go out in drag, even, no matter how busted you looked. I think you just have to get out there and like talk to people, meet other queens. And like, that's how I started my drag career. Like pre-pandemic, I was like, you know, doing a show almost every week, and it's from going to shows and meeting people, and like it is like networking. You have to be super networky to get booked and like to be seen. And like my first show was in 2018, and 10 Yards, who produces straight to DVD with Sherry Poppins, Christ, and Heaven Ender, and he was like, when do you want to perform? I was like, I don't know. And they were like, okay, you're January 2018, you're like, you're gonna do it, you're performing. I was like, okay. It was 12 a.m. on a Monday night at a bar in Bushwick we won't name because we don't like them anymore. And then I turned up to work at, it was not a gay bar. It turned up at work at 8 a.m. the next morning.
Oh wow. My God.
And my boss was like, how was it? How are you going? And I was like, well, I'm here.
You saw the makeup. You were like,
He knew I was going. Yeah, exactly.
and you would say your signature look is like a poof.
Yeah, my signature look is like, well, so I think what has happened is drag is like consuming itself and just referencing itself. And I feel like what I was doing, I was like, because I work in fashion during the day, I was like looking at runways, and Jean-Baptiste Valli was sort of like coming out with like these huge tulle looks, and I like tried to recreate it for one of my like first big gigs at the Rosemont, and I sort of just like kept making tulle outfits. So there was one point that like I was only wearing big puffy tulle outfits, and that really became like my signature, making them like A-line and puffy so I like, don't have to wear body and still give like that sort of like femme illusion.
Yeah.
At least in my eye. But I think drag for me was very much about having full creative control and being able to like fully go from head to toe, the look, the wig, the makeup, the hair, the wig and the hair, the same thing. The whole creative thing about it is art form is what
like
I
a very three-dimensional artist, I would say, for everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like
You like to make things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely better at making things and stuff like that.
God, you
than I
guys
was
are
in
both
school.
both making shit nonstop.
We are actively making a lot
I
of
can't
shit.
imagine
Yes.
what that house is going to
Can
look
you
like.
imagine?
No,
Can
it's
you
going to be
imagine?
Joe's going to be lumberjack in the back making tables and whatever you need.
Making tables.
I don't know about that.
When-
I
when
can't
did they
see Joe
get-
making a
when did they get
table.
into
He'd be
woodworking?
making content.
Yeah, maybe putting on a dress and a wig.
No, but you've always been a good builder.
Thank you. That's sweet.
You
I
have
can
been
build
able-
something that's like pre-assembled, like pre-done. Yeah.
And Ross is a fantastic chef.
yes,
is
that
what
is
I'm
true.
hearing.
That is true.
Yes.
Made a
It is.
gorgeous meal for Thanksgiving.
He was chopping it up in Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I did.
He was gagging everyone.
it.
gagging it.
I was recently in a conversation with someone and they said, "You look actually really good for your age." That's a crazy thing to say to someone, but I didn't realize a pillowcase could help with anti-aging and hydration until I tried Blissy. I have seen healthier skin in weeks. I no longer have fine lines, wrinkles, sleep creases. It prevents my breakouts. It is satin, which means it's cooling on your body. Over 100 colors to choose from. When I have friends over and they're staying over and they're like, "Hey, can I have a pillow?" I'm like, "Yeah, take my pillow." And they're obsessed with the pillowcase. It is so comfortable. And because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/goodpod. That's BLISSY.com/goodpod and use code GOODPOD to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you later.
From knowing you guys 3 years.
Yeah,
the
you
growth
actually have the
is
POV
crazy.
on us in a crazy way. Like,
Yeah, in a
like,
crazy
we
way.
had never been to $3 bill.
No,
we had
it's-
never been to a gay
We
bar.
talked shit on $3
We went to the
bill.
Rosemont and like stood in the back and we like would see Bo and Yang and go home. Like,
literally.
No, wasn't the
like-
first time you went to $3 bill with me in drag?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Because weren't you scared to talk to drag queens?
Yeah, because it was just because there is just
Petrified.
there's something very, especially as like baby gays, like there is something about a drag queen who is so like no matter
Sure.
what, you're so sure of yourself, you are so in it. No matter
Which
what,
I think's a lie.
well, I think when you're in drag, you are.
Yes,
I
when
think
you're in
that
drag,
there's the character of yourself. And then like when you aren't sure of yourself and you're still trying to like figure out how to even speak the language, because it is a fully learned language, it's so scary to talk to a drag queen and be like, because they're gonna be like, "Mama Boots," and you're like, "What do
And
I
I'm like,
yes,
I
better
hope
work.
I don't talk like that. But yes.
but no, you do without realizing it. I mean, it's less Alyssa Edwards, but there is so much language in it that
Yeah, true.
I remember the first time I heard Diva.
Was that
Diva
me?
before Diva became what it is now.
Yeah.
Like I remember hearing Diva. It was like Meatball, you, and like probably like Julie or someone at a $3 bill, like 2022, 2023. And I was like, oh, this is a word we're going to start using. And I also remember using it on the podcast and being like, give it 6 months. Like if we're using it on Good Children, not as in
Yeah,
like if
corrupting the.
but I'm like, if we are, so are 100 other gay
Yes.
podcasts.
Yeah,
and like
right.
the way that will just bubble up. And now it's language
Diva
my mother
boots.
uses.
Diva booth the house down.
Yeah.
I love calling a
Right.
straight man diva.
With the release of Shame, like what made you like so secure in just showing up and doing drag? Do you think that your family like was always supportive from the beginning?
Yeah, my family's been very supportive, so I'm like very thankful for that. So, like in the pandemic, we were filming music videos, and my family was my whole production crew.
And they were gaggy videos.
Yeah, thanks.
Do we have a little video that we can put
Yeah.
in?
Yeah. We can
Okay,
put them
I'm
in.
obsessed.
They're on my YouTube as well. But I was like making them film me, and like one of the songs was like "fuck her pussy" or like some like there was like crazy lyrics that I made my parents listen to like I don't know 30 times because
Yeah.
they were filming me like in drag on my brother's motorbike.
I drive your dick, and I don't care.
So they're very supportive. I think reflecting back on like getting into drag, like it is definitely a gender affirming act for me. I'm performing. I want to feel that fantasy.
Yeah.
So I think it was
Demi Lovato fantasy.
exactly Fast #1 song.
Yeah. Can you believe that? Top song for Ross's
Fast by Demi Lovato.
Number
Wow,
one
you're
song.
a Levotic.
Just this album, just
Of
some
course.
of the songs.
Of
I don't
course.
really care about
Levotic.
anything else.
You are a
I also like
Levotic.
performed it. So like I was like learning it and listening to it 400 times.
It's okay to I think in 2025 it is, I mean at any age in any year it's okay to say that you were a Levotic.
It's not only okay, it's encouraged.
It's
at this point.
encouraged.
It's being encouraged.
It's always been encouraged,
And we've always
especially
been
by
trying to speak to
Leanne.
ghosts.
Let's head into this dynamic that we're looking
I love
at
that you
right
were
here.
just interviewing. I said 4 words.
I'm
Yeah.
the hilarious Ross Matthews today.
Yeah.
So how did this love story come to be? And either one of you can share.
We met on an app.
We met on a dating app.
A dating app.
Dating.
It's a dating app. We met on an app. And I mean, for
Can we not
me-
say the app because we're not sponsored, non-spawned?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it up to any app that wants to pay us to have
Okay,
it on
great,
them.
yeah.
We met on an app and it was interesting. I do think for both of us, I mean, I'm not going to get too much into your personal tea, but I do think it's funny. Like, it was kind of like, okay, like Ross was more into like hookups at the time and I was more into...
I think okay, go on.
What?
No, just continue.
Like, I was like not dating. I hadn't gone on a date in like 7 months. You were like not really going on dates.
I wasn't going on dates either.
Yeah, and then we both ended up choosing for some reason to go on a date, met on a date, and that was really the big moment to bring it back to drag for a second was the reveal. Because I at that point felt such shame around being a podcaster, which is funny because now it's like
everyone.
Like, and we're Golden Globe nominated, so it's like different now. It's different now.
Getting your accolades.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, again, we're up against Dax Shepard.
Yeah,
like,
it's like it's so crazy.
it's
Like Alex
different.
Cooper just called and like I was like,
She
babe,
was
I can't
really
make
cordial
it.
about
She was
it.
really
She was cordial about
She
it.
was
She's
cordial.
like, may the best woman win.
Yeah.
Which
You're gonna have to fight her.
yeah, but like she's
Not the
so
wrestling?
fine.
But it was a reveal to both of us. Like, Ross revealed that he was a drag queen. I revealed that I was a podcaster. And that kind of was, I think, like the walls coming down where it was like, okay, we both kind of have this thing that like in gay dating could be a red flag or like could be like a deal breaker in some, like if you aren't game for it. But for us both, it was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. And then for me, I really do think about this a lot. I do credit a lot of why I do my characters again because of Ross, because I stopped doing it because I wanted to be hot. Like, I wanted to be seen as like a masculine, hot guy on the internet. I don't know if I was achieving that in many ways when I look back on like season 1 of the podcast, but dating a drag queen makes it a lot easier to slap a wig on and slap on a little dress, get a custom dress made. You know, it gets easier and easier. It's a slippery slope. But we met at Blinky's in Bushwick, Williamsburg.
Yeah, like
East Williamsburg.
Take me there on that day. So you get to Blinky's, it's your first date. What are the vibes? Like, how are you feeling about Joe? What's initial reaction?
I think I was chill.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I should go on a date instead of just like, you know, sleeping my way through
course.
Brooklyn.
We had spoken multiple times before. Some Ross
Which I do not remember any of them.
We spoke in 2018.
Yeah.
When I was working at BuzzFeed, and Ross's friend Kevin was also working at BuzzFeed. And
Oh yeah, that is crazy, Law.
I remember trading albums on Scruff in
course.
2018.
On
I
what?
don't. I'm
On
sorry.
Scruff, I'm willing to say that.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
we're
sure
saying
you
the app
don't.
now?
I'm sure you don't. I remember trading albums.
Thanks.
On
Are you slut shaming me right now?
He's
I
like
remember
added to the list of
trading
the albums I got.
on Scruff, because I remembered one specific image that Ross sent me years later. I was like, it was like a brain blast. Like, I was like, you naked
Wow.
on a
It was
float
iconic.
in Fire Island. Like,
Okay,
I was
still
like,
my full
I've
tea.
seen this before. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. But I was like, I know I've seen this image. It came back to me. So that was our first interaction, but like I was like, you were definitely probably looking to hook up. I was like looking to go home. Like, I was like not interested in
Yeah, who
pursuing
knows
a
what that
man.
conversation was because you've deleted and re-downloaded.
Yeah, of
right?
course. And then the second time was the summer you got back from Australia, and it was literally like just before we had met. We spoke
2022, yeah.
I was in Uber with Andrew and Garrett somewhere. I vividly remember. I think we spoke on Grindr. We messaged each other, and I watched your like location get farther and farther away as we were pulling away. And then we didn't follow up. And then the third time was the charm.
What was the second? What was that conversation?
It was just like, I think you were like home. It was like
Okay.
a normal Grindr conversation.
Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Etc.
But we had banter on the app. That was also
Well, no,
tea.
like so. I think when we first started messaging, because you were living in Williamsburg at the time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was staying at my friend's house because I hadn't moved to my new apartment yet. And yeah, you were like gathering banter, and there was banter, and you like
I was so charming and handsome.
yeah, exactly.
Different times.
Different times.
Yeah, I
Different,
don't know
a lot
what
has
happened.
gone wrong. Yeah.
And it was definitely the fact that you were obviously like not looking to fuck right away. And I was like, okay, yeah, I should go on a date. He seems cute. There's like a little back and forth. We didn't chat for too long, which I think was key.
Yeah.
My friend does say if you don't meet someone within 2 weeks of chatting with them, you probably never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some marketing thing, but I do agree with him. And yeah, I was like, ugh, I should probably go on dates. Like, I'd only moved back to New York in that May.
Yeah.
But I was like, I should go on a date instead of just like, you know, being a hoe. I love that my mom's going to watch this too.
Yeah, you know
Right.
she will.
And then we went on a date.
Age? 28?
Yeah,
29?
we'll go with that.
Okay. No, because also I feel like we're very similar in that way, like in certain ways, but like
You were not.
I was 31.
You were 31.
Oh
when
my
you
God, what's wrong with both of us?
What?
You were 30. I was a kid.
I was a child. Joe.
Oh my God, I was abducted.
You were abducted by an old elderly man.
What were you, 27?
He was just 26.
Just 26.
All of his youth ahead of him.
All my youth robbed.
just robbed from you like that.
Horrible. That's
I think you robbed
horrible.
your own youth.
Yeah.
Right, he did.
For sure.
Yeah,
he did.
Sure.
That was.
My youth is ahead of me.
Right. But it's a good feeling.
I didn't start drag until I was like 27.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was the timeline?
I don't like late 20s. I didn't start partying until I moved to New York. I moved to New York when I was like 24, 25.
Okay.
And then it took me like a year, 2 years before I started
And
drag.
then you were like bouncing around all
yeah, and then I was like,
all of Brooklyn?
yeah, exactly.
Right. And it's inspiring. I think what I'm trying to say is
Yeah,
inspiring for the future because I'm like, you
still have time for your party errors.
This is your first like
Long-term relationship, yeah.
Long-term relationship. And look at it. It's
There's hope for
over
us
3
all.
years.
Yeah.
That's so.
There's
it's
hope
so
for us
insane.
all.
There
There's
is
hope for you,
us
Andrew,
all.
too.
No, I
They're
know.
like dead ass.
A little bit, but
There's hope.
definitely
There's
hope.
dead ass hope.
There's no, and it's dead.
I also think that a really interesting fact about me and Ross, there is an invisible string in a crazy way with our relationship,
yeah.
which is in 2018 at New York Pride
Yep.
on the BuzzFeed float. I have a picture of myself in a horrific short overall combination.
Aren't I in a short overall as well?
I'm sure it was the time. It was the time.
I think I'm in a short white overall.
Well, I was also in a short white overall. I was looking, I wouldn't even say skinny, I would say ill.
Right.
Well.
And in the background of that image is Ross
Yep.
on the float with two big purple pigtails with a hat on.
Yeah.
And
So
I also
wild.
and I remember that because
my friend
we
Kevin
exchanged-
worked at BuzzFeed.
and then we exchanged the pictures already. So I remember seeing you there and being like, I have to avoid this person because like we spoke before. And I was like, God forbid, like he tries to talk to me, I'll have to put my head
Which is
under one of the
crazy.
tires. That's me to
You
this
couldn't just
day.
say hello?
That's me to this day.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good learning lesson, I think, for everybody because that is such a common gay experience to have talked to somebody on an app before,
It's like,
share
I
your
have to
albums,
die.
It's like
be
you've seen
intimate,
literally like inside of them almost.
Yeah.
literally, and you're not
sometimes.
going to see them and say hi. I experienced that. Well, I'm no longer on the apps, but when I was, especially at the gym,
For now.
let's take a moment of silence. Right. But when I was at the gym and we would share, like I would share albums and somebody else would be at that gym and like, babe, you're not going to look me in the face. What's up?
I think sometimes genuinely they just don't remember because they've seen so many
know.
polls
For
and
me at
polls.
that
I
point, it
think
was
we
just
should.
anxiety. It was just like I didn't want to like make it a real thing. I enjoyed like flirting on the internet with people. I didn't want to meet them in real life.
And you know what?
voyeurism.
Timing is always right when it needs
the
to
timing
be.
is right.
Yeah, we wouldn't have dated then.
Well, then, yeah. And then, but also what's crazy is there's a second instance of this, which is Pride 2022. You and I under the K Bridge, and me and Andrew are posing for pictures. In the background of those pictures, there's Ross.
That's so
And in the
crazy.
background of
My pictures
Ross's
is-
pictures, there's you.
Yeah.
Like we were fully
That was the day
standing
I was on
back
the
to
pole.
back, best day of our lives.
That was one of the best
our
day of my lives.
Back to back on the back to back under the K Bridge, right next to each other. Lo and
was that
behold, a
party?
few months later, we crossed paths finally.
That was a
Yeah.
wild day in general. The audacity we thought we had.
That was, yeah. I mean, we were
was
sick. I wish I could
beyond-
delete the episode about it.
I also wish we could delete that episode being
Entitled.
It was entitled.
We were entitled.
We were entitled because even still at this point,
When
I'm like,
were you
I have-
not entitled?
We were like,
now we don't
yay.
think, now we don't think we deserve anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, now it's like
True.
we just feel lucky to be
You've been
here.
beaten down.
Yes, yeah.
Broken
yeah.
down and tired.
But yeah, so it's just shocking that there were so many little glimmers of coming to one another, and then the rest is history. It's been a long time.
Yeah. What? So
long.
now let's think about this because it's been over 3 years of a relationship. You're
Yeah.
out of the honeymoon phase now. For the both of you, I'm gonna ask,
Yes.
what's one thing that you love about the other from the moment that you met them to this very day? Because it's nice to be sweet to each other.
That's sweet. And then we'll answer that about you after.
Okay, great.
The thing I love about Joe is that he allows me to be fully myself.
I would say
authentically
same.
myself.
I think that's ultimately what it is.
I said it
same.
first so you wouldn't steal it, but you did anyway.
But I would say, I'm still going to say back at ya. Back at ya. But it is
Gross.
true. That is, I think it is very hard. I mean, there's very few and far people in my life that I'm like, I can just be myself and I don't have to act or explain myself. And very fortunate to have two of them sitting on the couch with me in this moment.
Right,
Truly.
that's sweet. And that honestly, from my perspective, I do think it is really nice that you both are able to bring out in each other like that creative side, because it is really, especially in dating, hard to find somebody who can allow you to be yourself. Like you, of course, we've had those experiences doing videos or whatever, and like you've done Abigail before, Ross, but I do think that like your own personal career you did for yourself, but I'm sure it was helpful because
I'm his producer as
you're
well.
his producer.
I'm constantly telling him things he should be doing.
Yeah, wig styling,
all of those things.
And now he's working in costuming. Now he's working in the costume department.
And also like even Joe, like obviously I've known Joe my whole life, but knowing Joe and like knowing our relationship to our gayness, and then like you guys starting to date, and then you having the ability to be in a network or like in the scene with drag queens that like was able to like take down so many walls for you. It's like such a nice experience to be surrounded by people who are queer in literally every single facet of the word. It's not just like predominantly gay men. It's I Am Baby. It's like drag spans so many different avenues, and I think that you've obviously allowed that to be brought out in Joe. And then,
that's sweet.
I mean, I've definitely made you guys gayer.
Yeah,
For
100%.
Like forced you to.
100%.
And even when it
Forced
wasn't
you a $3
directly
bill.
onto Andrew, like you have pushed things onto me that I have pushed onto Andrew. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the nude beaches.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Look at
It's
the
like
nude
your
beaches.
personality now, and
Yeah,
that was my
actually,
thing.
I took it from you.
And
I
it's
actually would
fun.
like to bring up that for a second.
Please.
I think that story is one of the highlights of our relationship. Is January 1st, 2024.
What?
It was last
No.
January. No, it was 2023.
23, yeah.
That's what's crazy. I've been to Australia since 2020. I've been going since 2022.
That's wild.
No, you didn't go in 2022.
I did New Year's Eve. December 31st, 2022 into January 1st.
Oh, to
Since
2023.
2022. We're going on, I'll be there in 2026 this year.
Wow.
Insane.
It was January 1st, 2023.
Yes, Australia. Picture
In
it.
Australia, gorgeous, beautiful beach. Ross is like, let's go to a nude beach. I have never even like looked at myself naked before at this point. You know, like it was not something I was
yes.
prioritizing or being excited about. We go to this gorgeous, beautiful beach.
Point Impossible.
Point Impossible, if you will, in Australia. I am like, it was New Year's Day. There are pufferfish in the ocean. I've told this story before, but there are pufferfish in the ocean.
There were not pufferfish
There were pufferfish
at Point Impossible?
in the nude beach. Yes.
I thought that was like the next time.
No,
the other beach.
No. This is all the same story. There were pufferfish in the
Okay.
water. I was listening to Samia in my head, not actually listening to it, but in my head I was thinking of Samia, and it was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. I had looked at my phone. The clock had struck whatever time midnight is in the East Coast. I was like,
Mom, stop
it's
listening.
the New Year's. What?
I was like, Mom, stop listening.
I mean, there's nothing crazy in the
what?
story.
No.
And I'm standing there naked in the water. The water is about
Oh, no,
knee
it
deep.
was. No, that wasn't Point Impossible. That was Sunnyside.
It was Sunnyside.
Different beach.
I'm
I forgot
standing
about
there
this.
naked in the water, knee deep. I'm like, okay, I can be naked at the nude beach. This is okay. I can handle this. And then along comes some figures coming in the distance and Ross goes, oh, those are my friends. And I am like, where do I go now? Because now I'm standing here. There's no escape. I can't even like duck into the water.
Right.
No,
You can't
it's-
at that point like cover your dick.
No.
That's worse. That's more humiliating.
It is.
So then along come the first friends I meet in Australia, I guess
Well-
aside from a few who I met the night before. Again, not to mention the jet lag. Not to
Oh
mention the
my
jet
gosh.
lag.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I have to then introduce myself to these lovely folks at Sunnyside. And that to me that almost sums up a lot of what our relationship could be, are
Right.
these situations that are so unfathomable for me.
Yeah.
And yet, like, but when they're
exposure
over,
therapy.
yes, it's when
Exposure
they're
therapy.
over, I'm always just like, That was so fucking funny and insane. But in the moment, it is like I am actually looking at a camera and I'm like, this is a prank show. This is a prank show.
No, you were also, it was so funny because you were also like, no, Ross, I can't see them. I'm like, also, it's also a flat, it's a bay beach, so you can actually hear everything anyone says in the water and the sand.
I was like,
within
I'm
your
gonna kill
proximity.
you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill myself. I can't do this. I cannot do this.
And it's just
they're like
microphones
this. Yes,
to
they're
them.
like this far
And they're
away.
a beautiful queer couple.
Yeah, they were lovely.
And
They were lovely. I'm sure they didn't even bat an eye.
sized you
They didn't bat an eye.
No, because it's not weird unless you make it weird. But that the first time.
Yes, the first time is tough.
Oh,
The
it is
first
tough.
time
I
is
mean,
tough.
we had the same same experience. We were
Yes.
laying down on the beach, and then there was a friend of that came towards us, and I was just out, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, you guys?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, what?" But
It's like,
it's a
it is-
connection.
yeah.
You know,
It's normal.
It's
once
all
you've done it
fabricated.
before. Yeah, it's
like
just the
clothes
first time.
are made by humans, and we don't need to get into the deep.
we're all born naked,
and the rest is drag.
And there you go, honey.
Yeah.
But I'm just
So
saying,
what would you say the biggest difference between New York gays and Melbourne gays are? You grew up south of Melbourne.
Yeah, Geelong way.
In Geelong. And you then lived in Melbourne for a few years.
Yeah, I
before
went to
you
uni in Melbourne for 3. Well, I was in Melbourne for 4 years. Yeah,
And then you came over here.
I came here. Yeah.
And then you spent some more time there. So what would you say the biggest difference is? Because I have one.
Okay, you tell me first.
I think the biggest difference between Australian gays and New York gays is that nobody in New York City has a job. None of us work jobs. It could be 2 p.m. I could text any gay guy I know and say, do you want to go to the Poppy pop-up at Maria Hernandez Park, and they will be available to go. I went to Australia. I met your friends, doctor, surgeon, therapist.
Really?
Yeah, like, I know a lot of
Everyone
gays
works
in
healthcare.
medical.
They all
in
work in
healthcare.
healthcare. And I was like, where are the thinkers in New York? We're toast because everyone's a creative director.
Well, you know what happened is, AKA me and my friend Sebastian, we moved and we are the creative directors. So all of the creative director types move out of Australia.
It's jarring to speak to
Right.
people who have real jobs and be like, you're a gay. Why are you a gay guy? How did this happen?
That's so interesting because my relationship at the time, again, it was very different. Was like what I learned about Australia was like, I need to take it easy when it comes to work because the people here seem to be so comfortable being a barista or being a surf instructor or just literally chilling and not being corporate and
Right. Well, I do think that's also true.
Yeah, but like also all my doctor and like nurse and surgeon friends, like they like know how to party as well.
They
and
definitely
like,
do.
yeah.
You've said this to me before, though. You were like, it's also about the cost of education, and that's a big different part of it. Is like what it costs to be, how long, and how would it cost to be a doctor here?
Yeah, exactly. And like, I know a whole lot of gays that are like English and Irish gays that move to Australia, and they can get it's like a much better lifestyle for them. They're all doctors, and they can get a visa easily because they're like in demand.
Right.
Everyone wants doctors. So I think it's just, yeah, I know a lot of school teachers. I think it's like also Melbourne is like a little bit more less transient than like New York.
Yeah.
So I feel like gays, you know, come in and out of New York and like it's the big dream.
Right.
A lot of gays move to Melbourne, obviously from like this wherever the suburbs or
Yeah.
whatever else, but Melbourne's pretty spread out.
Like, what are Melbourne gays versus Sydney gays? Like, is it like,
So Melbourne gays versus Sydney gay. Like Sydney would be like more like LA vibes, like
okay,
very more health conscious, like body aesthetic is a bigger thing, whereas Melbourne is like a little grungier, a little bit more arty. Like
I
they're-
noticed that in Melbourne.
like fashion?
loosely.
I would say everyone still is Hemsworthian.
I mean,
what
everyone's got a
mean?
body.
I think
in
Australia is
Australia.
like, it is very like health conscious and everyone is super
Yeah.
fit and like that's just sort of the way it goes. I feel like Australia is like a lot smaller of a country and Melbourne is just like there's really only one. I think there's like 2 gay bars that are open more than one night a week that have like there's like Circuit and I think there's UBQ now that have programming like 4 or 5 days a week. They're not open 7 days a week. There's no like, not like, you know, New York, there's just like not that.
Yeah.
A lot of the parties are weekly or monthly, like poofed off on a Saturday. I don't think if I stayed in Australia, I don't think I would have able to start a drag.
You had to build like a life for yourself here because you genuinely had no other choice. You were across the world. Like, I think our parents would drop dead. if that was the case, because even when I went abroad to Australia, it was like, you're never going to come home. And there was a part of me that it was like, that's where I'm meant to
I think you
be.
would love it.
I would love
obviously
it too.
you do love it, and you should probably just.
I'm
move
like,
there.
you have so many cute friends that you're going to set me up with. Like, it's so true.
Yeah.
I have friends that I'm going to set him up with. But yours.
Oh my God, you haven't even told Ross
Have I told you?
about my husband? We don't have to get into it because like maybe
I think I know who it is, but anyway, you're on his Instagram that one time.
Yeah, you're
yes.
right.
But it is
He's so
really
sweet.
it is really special that you were able to.
He's too sweet. I wouldn't let
He's
him.
so sweet.
I'm so sweet.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I don't know if he's. Have you unpacked enough though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
Let him date him.
Let me date
Okay.
him. Like I unpacked enough. Like I can't keep
He's like
unpacking.
unpacking a lot. He's still reading the Velvet Rage.
Like I still
How's that
like, it's
going?
like good.
Have you finished it?
No, I have like 50 pages left.
But that's impressive.
That's great.
He lost the first copy. He got a new one.
Again, I'm almost
How
2
old are
months.
you again? 20?
29. I'm almost 2
Young.
months off. 2 months off the apps right now, and I've read the most of the Velvet Rage.
Great.
I've done a lot of inner work. I haven't had fellatio relations.
Just sucking.
I haven't had relations in a little bit. I'm deciding to focus on me.
Right.
And you know, it seems like a new chapter for your 30s, and that's
Okay.
what I'm learning.
That's beautiful.
As you
I love to
entered your
hear.
chapter, right? When you were 31, you got into a long committed relationship. So now I'm giving myself until 31.
Years.
I have
You have
years.
ahead of
You do?
You do.
I do.
You really
And-
do.
So young.
And my
So young.
and my psychic said March to May. So we'll see what they mean by that.
Okay.
It might be March to May of 2028.
Oh, 2020, 2030.
2030.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, you just saw 2030.
Oh, and there's visions that
There's
happen
visions.
in this room.
Yeah, because I mean, how can you not have visions at Studio
Yeah.
71?
Should we take a phone call?
Yeah, we should. Good children to the guidance office.
Hi, boys, and hi, Lemon Chiffon. It's
Hi.
Maeve, one of the patrons, also a Geelong person.
Oh my God,
my
stop.
question for Lemon is pretty specific. What is your favorite thing to do in Geelong, the Bellarine, this neck of the woods? I know you guys come back to Australia for holidays, like once a year or so, just based on what Joe talks about. But I would love to know, like, what's your favorite places to go around Geelong? If you're having like a fun little day, if you need like a pick-me-up. My personal favorite is the Mill Market. There's always something fun to find there. It's a really great thrift store. Anyway, love you all. Hope to get some fun little spots that I can go visit on the weekends. Would love to hear from you guys. Bye.
Hi, Maeve.
Hi, Maeve.
They live in Geelong. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
I guess my favorite place around there, it's on the Surf Coast, technically, is the Shire. Is
The Shire?
The council area.
The Shire?
Yeah, the Shire, like
Like
the
Lord of the
Hobbits.
Rings?
Well, Geelong, it's like Greater City of Geelong. It's like Kings County, like Brooklyn, like just Greater City of Geelong. Bellarine Peninsula is where I grew up, and then my brother, I guess, spilling his tea, like lives in the Surf Coast,
Right.
which is the other Shire on Council area on the way to the
That's crazy.
on to the way to the Great Ocean Road.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite spot is Point Impossible, which is a nude beach, so that's not everyone's tea. I haven't lived there for so long. I think it's like a little nostalgia going to like the Westfield Shopping Centre, going to like a high sushi, just like getting some sushi. There's a sushi place on Ryrie Street in Geelong called, I think it's Fuji. I actually don't know. Anyway, that's where I would always get sushi from after school.
Nice.
And that was like very nostalgic for me. I like to find a good brunch spot. I can't think of any. Like, this is so bad. I can't think of anything.
You're forgetting.
I love a Pasquini's in
Now, who's that?
Pasquini.
cafe
It's in
in
Andrew's Mouth.
it's in Point Lonsdale. Family friends own it.
Oh.
I think I took you there. I think we got a sausage roll.
Is it Italian?
I've been to Pasquini.
They're Italian Australians.
Yeah, that
Italian
makes sense.
Australians different to Italian Americans.
Right. Although there's
Not-
a big Italian population in the Melbourne area. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like.
yeah, an even bigger Greek population.
Yeah.
Pasquini's.
Pasquini.
You gotta get to Pasquini.
Like that
The
is
day that
actually-
Andrew's allowed to come to Australia is going to be the best day of his life.
I'm allowed. I gotta get to Pasquini.
when you get permission, when you get the visa cleared.
Like,
Yeah,
literally.
it's like that, and like walking along the beach.
So gorgeous.
Rock pooling. That's for me.
That's
Yeah.
for you. Yeah, I think that all the restaurants have really changed, so I don't like my go-tos aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's more about like me like hitting up like Coles or Safeway, Woolworths now, I guess, and getting some like Allen's lollies or like natural confectionery, getting some barbecue shapes, like the Australiana like things, maybe getting like chicken and chips from a local place or sushi.
One thing you guys are getting right as an Italian, and this is really horrible to say.
What are
I
you going to
think
say? Oh, the chicken
Parma.
parmies.
The chicken parmies.
Yeah,
Chicken parma, parmy, whatever you want to call it, with that little bit of ham on
it
it.
depends where you are. Parmy and Parma are like different areas, and I actually don't know all the difference.
I don't know the difference either, because I feel like I was calling it chicken parma where I was at, but I was in Bondora, so what is that to say? But the fries on the side, now that's a nice touch.
The ham. God forbid.
The ham, God forbid.
That is something I want to just make it really clear. Australians are putting ham and fries on their chicken parmesans, and
Like-
it's
Well, it's
and they
like
call
different to a chicken
Americans the
parmesan.
strange ones. They
Yeah.
call Americans the gluttons.
It's different to the chicken
It's
parmesan.
like a chicken schnitzel, marinara sauce, ham, melted
it out.
cheese in the oven,
Yeah,
side
it's
of
a chicken
fries.
parmesan.
Okay. I just feel like that's never how I've gotten it at your...
Because it's abnormal. It's abnormal to put a slice of ham on.
No, I feel like it's never without the ham is never how I've gotten it at your family events.
I don't think my mom necessarily is whipping up a parmesan often. She's
Some
just
of the
doing
other
chicken
events, like the
cutlets.
baby shower and stuff.
They would smack you in the face
With
if
a
you said,
ham.
"Can I put a little ham on that?"
Some of them.
I'm going to make it for
men
your
would
parents.
love
They're going
it.
to fucking love it.
They would.
They
love
would
it. They
love
would
it.
love it.
Also, like one of the places I would go for Maeve was to the Rolling Pin. Is it the Rolling Pin?
Is that the place with the pies?
Yeah, the pies.
Yeah.
Vanilla slice and a pie. They won
You have
best
vanilla
pie
slice?
many years. I don't know what years it was, but
Many.
meat
Many.
pie.
I love a meat pie.
Yeah. In many
A
ways.
little like a vanilla slice.
So many. I haven't had a meat pie in a bit.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
No.
It's never too late.
Okay.
You see kangaroos.
Some places, yeah.
You see koalas.
Somewhere in Australia, yeah.
Ever got pissed on by a koala?
No.
Ever got bitten by a spider?
Maybe?
Ever slept in a bed with a huntsman?
No, but there has been one above the bed.
Horrible.
And one in my car.
The first time I get to that country, I get into the car. Again, this is the day before the fucking beach incident. I get
Was it
in the
that on the
car.
same trip?
I get in the car. Ross is like, "Be careful, there's a huntsman somewhere."
Is that what I sound like? Fuck you.
Every
my head,
time
it's
you
like-
impersonate him, it's like, "Hello."
It's always like there's always a cackle about
Yeah.
that. But yes, I'll never forget. You were like, "I saw it shed. Their shedding isn't here, so just be careful." Then I get to the house. You go, "There's one in the drawer."
I'm
There's one in
dead.
the
The
bathroom.
drawer was the second time.
That was horrific.
Was it the
Opening
first
up a
time or the
bathroom
second
drawer
time?
and there's a flat.
Was that last time?
No, that was the first time.
Oh.
There was no one home this past time. There was one the first time I got to Australia.
yeah.
There was one in your car, there was one in your parents' car, and there was one in the bathroom. And that one in the bathroom made it to the top of the ceiling, and I couldn't go to sleep. And everyone thought I was crazy for saying, "Can we?"
So it was in the
remove
bathroom.
spider?"
So Huntsman spiders are really flat, so it was in the drawer, and then it came out of the drawer, and then it was like on the roof in the bedroom. And Joe was like, "We have to get rid of that." So me and my mum like had to get rid of it.
It's because it's absurd.
And they're sweet, but they're huge.
They're huge, and the problem is like the flatness. The flatness is the problem. They are just so the flatness gives uncanny like dead object that is still running.
They do look
around.
dead, but they're
they
not.
look dead and then they move. Have you ever been attacked by a kangaroo?
Yes.
Ever been attacked by a magpie?
Oh, definitely by a magpie. Yeah, those things are
Those are
vicious.
That almost
Nasty.
happened to me actually in Gold Coast. this
I got
past time.
attacked by a magpie. They're nasty.
They are nasty little bitches.
Have you met the Irwins?
No,
Have you been to the Australia Zoo?
no,
What?
no. It's like up near Brisbane. I've never been.
Wow.
Oh. So have you had Tyra Banks' hot ice cream?
No, but we're gonna do it this time.
Does the Tasmanian devil really exist?
Yes.
Were you being serious?
Does everyone in Australia need to know how to surf?
No.
Can you pronounce no again?
No. Is that what you wanted? No.
How
Can you
fun
say
is
rise
that?
up lights?
Riser blades.
Razor blades.
Yeah, I love that.
Hello, Joe, Andrew, and Lemon. This is Alessandra. I am currently working on a project dealing with this very question, and this is for Lemon and Joe, I guess. What makes your beloved more than a beloved? Like, what makes each other so special? Love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Oh, we love Alessandra. She's our
Alessandra,
cousin.
bless you.
She's our cousin. Yeah. Her birthday was this week.
May God shine
Happy
on you.
birthday.
May God shine on you, Alessandra, like dead ass. And an amazing question. What makes your beloved your beloved? What makes me so special?
What makes me so special?
I've always said this. I feel like what I really find the most endearing about you is like how I can like see like the real you and then the you that goes out into the world, and like there is a little bit of a difference. And I think I feel very like honored in some ways to get the real you and to know like that you basically like come home to me. And I think that happened pretty early on for us, is like that safetyness. There's like a safeness.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Like it was a safetyness of like fully being able to be ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think it was like being our silly little selves.
We're
when
really
together.
like, Andrew, I think you would even be surprised how weird as fuck it gets, like on a daily basis.
You guys are talking like,
hello. Literally like
I
20
feel like we stopped doing that, but
we did, but there was a while when we only could speak like that. It was, hi, how are you?
yeah, it's much easier to ask a hard question in a little voice.
Yeah.
Having like deep conversations. Yeah, I think, you know, it was like about 3 months in, I think, from dating, and like my always thing was like, I'm gonna keep hanging out with him until I don't like hanging out with him anymore, and I still like hanging out with him, so I'm gonna keep this on around. But yeah, I think it's just like this. There was like a safetyness within each other.
Yeah,
we could be each other and lift each other up and support, and I think that sort of. Yeah, does that answer the question?
Yeah.
and I think as a friend, like especially at the beginning of the dating, I remember you coming back and being like, "No, it's like we get deep."
Yeah.
you know, and I think that is a good sign too. It's like things aren't always have to be surface level at the
we were
beginning.
crying
like, you
so
guys were
much, like the
crying.
first year of dating.
But that's a
lot.
good
I was
thing.
crying
It's like-
so much.
Yeah.
I was not a crier.
Yeah.
We like moved past that. I think that we like went through a lot.
Probably need a good
If you were
Yes.
still crying, I would
Yeah,
say
it
like,
would be
okay,
concerning.
right.
I can probably deal with a good cry. I think it's about time in
Yeah,
the year, but
right.
I haven't cried on the street in New York in a while, so I probably need to do that.
But to be able
so
to
it could be
cry
right now.
together is very vulnerable,
It is
especially
sweet.
at the beginning.
It is
So
sweet, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm tired of rumors starting. Time for a rumor right up my alley. Lemon, what is right up your alley this week?
Right up my alley this week is this YouTuber called The Zoo Experience. This is me, like, you know, spilling my tea of my weirdness or my hyperfixations. It's this German guy that goes around all the zoos in Europe and does tours of them and rates them and tells you what's great and what's bad about them. And, you know, I'm probably never going to do this random zoo in, you know, in Prague or wherever else he is in the Czech Republic, or I don't know.
But you just love him now.
Yeah, I love him. He gives such thorough reviews. It's great. And he's like German, so he's like straight down it.
Ross loves the zoo.
Loves
I
the
do
zoo.
love the zoo.
I was so grateful to be at the San Diego Zoo.
You hated it. Forcing Joe and Andrew to go to the San Diego Zoo when we were there because I'd watched the show so much when I was a kid. That would be what's right up my alley right now.
What about you, Andrew?
Let's just stick with YouTubers.
Okay, you're going to say Ben of the Week?
No, I was going to say, I
Oh.
thought you were going to go Ben of the Week, but you have somebody else?
I have somebody else.
All right, then I'll go Ben of the Week. Joe introduced me literally last night to Ben, and it's classic. It's Ben of the Week. What's the other guy's
Okay,
name?
so the way I see it, like Ben of the Week is like the leftist Ryan Trahan. Like I still will love Ryan, but like Ben is like actually calling shit out and like
Right.
is definitely not collabing with the same, like is not like down to promote McDonald's
Right.
and every other like toxic poisonous brand to the
Right.
culture. I love Ben.
He was great. I mean, like I watched him going in the demilitarization zone of North Korea. I watched him going to Abu Dhabi. I watched him
educational.
going to the
Yeah, his
happiest
Dubai
and
trip
the
was
saddest
crazy.
country, Denmark, saddest country, Greenland. I feel very similarly about all of those YouTubers. There's another one, Will Tennyson, that is like he does the same exact thing. It's a little bit more like fitness oriented, but it is something cathartic about watching someone talk for like 30 minutes.
I love
about
watching someone
nothing.
go somewhere alone.
Yeah.
I love watching someone go somewhere alone.
Yeah.
You've made me watch Ryan a lot.
Well, when Ryan with 50 States 50 Days, we had to do that.
Yeah, we'd stop though.
My Roomba this week is YouTuber Kaz Rowe. They are a historian who does these amazing video essays on history. It's queer. It's gaggy, some could say. I just last night fell asleep to why were people seeing ghost ships so much and the history
Right.
of the Flying Dutchman, which I fell asleep, but as I was falling asleep, I heard them say something about the Salem witch trials. And I believe Cotton Withers, he was a figure in the Salem witch trials. And I'm pretty sure one of these ghost ships actually originates in Salem. Hello, season 2 of Divine by Joe Hegyes. A ghost ship. Even better. Like
Done.
it just gets, it writes itself. The history is there because they were also speaking about the Flying Dutchman. Once every 7 years, the captain of the Flying Dutchman can go to land to see his true love. And you know who picked that up and ran with it?
Who?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Of course.
Will Turner, Elizabeth Turner, spoiler
course.
alert. Fantastic
Yeah,
films.
don't spoil those films.
Fantastic films. So Kaz Rowe, fan of the week,
The Zoo Experience.
the Zoo Experience. And now it's time for BTB, bring that back. When we pick one thing from our childhoods we'd like to bring back. Lemon.
I'd like to bring back the Saddle Club.
Hello world. This is me. Life should be. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Fun for everyone.
But let's make an
little gay
adult
boy.
version.
Oh.
I want an adult version. Heated Rivalry, but it's the Saddle Club. A group of like queer diverse, or maybe not, whatever. Like there's so many gays doing like high competitive, like it's
Is there
in Europe.
like competitive equestrian?
Yeah, competitive like Olympic sport, like gay men in their like tight like their jodhpurs and their like little like blazers and like the like the dressage, because they pretty much wear tails and like a top hat,
Right.
like suit with their jodhpurs for
And
like
I bet
high
you they're
end.
nasty as hell.
Yes,
They're bitches.
But then there's also like there's like the prim proper like dressage, and then there's
Right.
like the more rough show jumpers or like the
a love story between a
eventers.
dressage and a
Yeah.
show jumper. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
Or like a stable boy.
yeah, maybe not a stable boy, but
Okay.
or maybe whatever, the grooms. I just feel like maybe there's probably a show of this exists in like a European language, like German
Maybe.
or something,
Oh, yeah,
or like
I'm
Dutch,
sure.
because like they, that's where a lot of the
Yeah.
top Australian horse riding Olympians actually live in Europe because of that. But my niche,
You have a lot of information.
a lot of
my God.
information and niche knowledge that pops up that I forget about.
Imagine
But-
when we get into that kind of flow state, it's
No, I
just
can't.
knowledge. It's like random shit
knowledge off?
knowledge off.
Wow.
But it's never necessarily like education. It's educational, but it's not necessarily
sure.
yeah, the info dumping. Anyway, Saddle Club, love to bring it back, but give us like an adult Heated Rivalry version. Like,
But I want those girls back.
no, I do want those girls back. So maybe it's like I want 2 different shows.
Yeah.
Let's bring the Saddle Club back.
A little lemon character, a little gay boy.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be really
sweet.
cute.
Well, I think you'd have to,
Yeah, at this point.
because like
And like one of them is obviously the coach or like the in charge.
yeah, Chris Hemsworth was on.
Chris Hemsworth wasn't it? Yeah.
BTB, I think I probably have said this, I think on an episode before, but I don't know if on this segment, but it is soup season, and I would say I want to bring back the Quiznos of it all.
Yeah, sure.
You know
the
what I
hell?
mean? Like, have you ever been to Quiznos?
No,
Right. Well, yes, because let me just tell you something right now. These sandwiches, they are on a nice little piece of bread. It's very similar to Subway, but they would stick it through this conveyor belt that would heat up the sandwich. And there was just something about their beef dip. You know what I mean? Like the prime rib beef dip in an
Yeah,
au
au
jus. Holy shit. And their broccoli cheddar, it just hits more than a Subway could ever even try. They don't even
Yeah.
have soups like that.
Yeah.
And it was like the quickest version of a Panera bread.
Yeah. Wow.
And I
that's
want that
amazing.
back.
That's amazing.
You're welcome.
My BTB this week is hot chocolate.
Oh, I had one last night.
Did you?
I walked.
Did you not have any this weekend?
I had one and I almost threw up, but that's different.
I got mine at Dunks.
You had a Dunkin' hot chocolate?
Sometimes
I was
you need
just
that.
thinking, like, we used to fuck it up in the kitchen with a hot chocolate. We were putting those Mexican hot chocolates to down.
You never missed the Swiss.
Never. No, I
Swiss missing.
I don't miss the Swiss Miss, and I would still. I enjoy it, but I love.
No, you need a luxury one.
Sometimes you get those crazy sipping chocolates.
Oh, jeez.
That are like you get at Union Square Holiday Market. You
Right.
and I have done that plenty of times.
course.
It goes down like tar.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite kind
It's
of
like
hot
so
chocolate.
thick.
But I think that should be like, sometimes I don't even need the caffeine. I just need the hot sip. And so hot chocolate winter.
All right, it's a hot chocolate
I know
winter. You
someone
heard it
that
here.
orders a hot chocolate everywhere they go.
That's sweet.
I want
Who?
to start being like that.
Who?
No one you know.
Well, that's my New Year's resolution right there.
Ordering a hot chocolate everywhere you go.
Hot chocolate. Last year's was 2 candy bars a week. This year seems to be a hot
Daily
chocolate.
hot chocolate.
Up or down from...
Oh, that was definitely up.
He said he had about 50 candy bars last. Like that was, I think, estimate was 50, so almost one a week. And you said I gotta get up from there.
I gotta get
at
up.
least 2 a week.
I didn't commit to that this year. It was hard. It was hard to commit to 2 a week. 100 chocolate bars in a year would be really hard.
That doesn't seem that hard.
It honestly
No.
doesn't sound that bad when you put it like that.
I mean, like if you think about Halloween, I've definitely popped in a few.
Well, I guess, probably like
Well-
if you average it out.
Right.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lemon. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Thanks for having me. You can find me on Instagram at lemon_chiffon_ or TikTok at lemon chiffon. And I'm on YouTube as well at lemon chiffon.
And if you're ever in Brooklyn, you look up Lemon. You have to follow Lemon to
Yeah,
go
you
to
have to follow
Lemon
me.
Show, but get the full Lemon experience.
Get the full lemon
It's pretty tart,
experience.
but it gets sweet. Ooh, I like that.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode. Don't forget to do your homework.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, send it to your friends. You know, write a little something sweet. Apple Podcasts, we love to see them. Over 10,000 five stars. Oh my gosh, we're over
you all
10,000
right?
5-star reviews on Spotify. That's what I was supposed to be saying. But it's a new year, so you know what that means. 20,000.
Gag it.
Gag it. Send it to your friends, and don't forget you can follow us across all social media platforms at Good Children Pod. I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella, on TikTok at Andrew_Muskie.
I'm on Instagram at Joe Hedges and on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe. Until next week.
We'll see you then. Oh my God, I can't speak.
See you then.
We see you then.
We see you then.